friends, to the next section of our session today, that is understanding why lingering on in our past experiences, the pain of the past experiences, the negative memories, how does that impact on us staying in stress most of the time? So the main reason for many of our diseases, as the doctors say, 90 to 95% of our problems are all related to stress. Yeah. And why do we stay in stress? Because we are always either in the past or in the future. We hardly stay in the here and now. So when we stay in the past, we are reliving those moments again and again when we remember them. For example, if somebody said something to us long back, but still we are, that moment is gone. So 10 years back, somebody said something to me. That moment has gone 10 years back. But today, whenever I remember that person, I remember that and I relive that moment again. And whatever reaction I have in my body is repeated again. So obviously that is going to lead to a lot of stress in our body. I'm just trying to share my screen now, where I would like to show you a small presentation which I had created. Please give me a moment. It's just taking a little time today. Okay. Yeah. So how many of you agree that when we just keep thinking about our past, we are adding a lot of stress to our life, especially things which do not matter anymore, especially things which are long gone, Okay. Yeah, I'm just sharing my presentation now. I've got it back. Can you all see my presentation?
Yeah, you have to open it, yeah.
Yes. So, in our meditation today also, we were just trying to leave some negative memories of our past. And we have got this beautiful technique of Anapanasati, which helps us to remove that. That is decreasing our stress and bringing us more into a calm and a composed position. But the stress, as we were talking about, we are collecting stress in our body, which is going to affect every organ system and the psychological side also, all the hormones, all the chemical secretions of our body. Now, when we try and divide stress, as I said, when we were talking in the beginning, fight and flight mode, that is necessary. The good stress is necessary. Whenever we are facing a danger, we do need to get out of it, right? If there's a threat in our life, we need to be in that fight and flight mode for a little bit of time. But the problem happens when we stay in that for a very long time. Very long time. Even when that trigger is removed, still we are in the stress. That is what is harming our body. Okay? We have understood this n number of times now, that whenever there is a trigger, we have to either run or we have to stay there and fight. Now, to do that, to run, we need more energy in our legs and in our arms. And to fight also, we need a lot of energy in our arms, physically fight. Now, let us just compare this. When we need all our energy is not created or destroyed, right? All our energy is diverted towards our arms and legs. Then what happens? Energy towards the rest of the body is put on a pause for a while. Okay? It is put on a pause for a while. For example, our digestion, all the other, whatever our resting, our repair of our tissues, the muscles, all these things are just put on a halt. So we are in a sympathetic response, that is flight or fight, and the peaceful responses, the rest, the digestion, all the secretions, the hormones, the growth, all that is put on a halt. Now, when this is done for a short time, it is good. But if it stays for a very long time, then what happens? For fighting, we need to focus our vision on our target. So for that, our pupils dilate. Okay? Our breathing becomes rapid because we need more and more blood in our arms and in our legs. So this is what happens when there is a danger right in front of us. But imagine staying in this situation for the whole day, or for not only days. We sometimes stay in this situation for days, for such a long time. Obviously, that is going to impact us. How? When you're going to stay in the sympathetic mode for a long time, no doubt you're alert. When you're alert, you don't sleep. So you're sleepless. You're not able to sleep because you're all the time alert. Yeah? Our pupils are dilated because we're trying to focus on a problem. Our breathing increases, our heart rate increases. It reduces our digestion because at that point, that is not the priority. A muscle tone increases. Now, this is not allowing us to go into the parasympathetic mode where our alertness will decrease and we can have a good sleep. Our breathing will slow down, our heart rate will slow down, our digestion will happen well, and our muscles will get toned. But because we are always in the stress mode, in that fight and flight mode, we are always in this, the parasympathetic mode. And that is why all our body organs are affected. So our body's response to the threat, this is how all the body organs are going to get affected. So now we have realized how utterly exhausted and drained I am after living in a near constant state of fight or flight for so long. For example, just think of any trigger in your life, a very basic trigger. All the married women, whenever you think of your mother-in-law, if just the vision of your mother-in-law can put you into a fight and flight mode. People who are working, the vision of your boss, the one who is your senior, just the thought can put you into fight and flight mode. And you feel all this. Remember, before a meeting, when there's a meeting with the seniors, you have some butterflies in your stomach. Those are not butterflies. That is basically the anxiety in your stomach. Okay? So, how do we stay out of this stress? How do we reduce or decrease this kind of a state? Meditation. Meditation is not a way of making your mind quiet. It's a way of entering into the quiet that's already there. So this is what we try to do today. When we meditate, we are relaxing our mind. We are keeping these thoughts of the past pain away. And we are not worrying about the future. So our stress will automatically decrease. Okay, that's it. So this is what I wanted to share, how remaining in the stress for a long time can affect your body and your health. So if you agree, you can give me a thumbs up. If you do not agree, I'm open for your views. Yes. Yes, Jagdeep sir.
If I can add to this.
Yes, sir.
Given my own experience, you see, what you said is so correct. Now, in the stress mode, when we are in the flight, right, what happens is this. See, the body, as nature designed it, has all the pharmaceuticals, the chemicals that is required to make all the organs function properly. But like you said, when there is a flight and mode, there's a gush of one particular chemical, which is cortisol.
Cortisols.
Now, when that goes, because it has to focus only, like you said, on the limbs, the neurotransmitters that release the other chemicals are all blocked. Which is why suddenly you see a surge of strength in your limbs. I'll give you an example of my own experience several years ago. I was walking down the street near the house when suddenly, I saw against a telephone pole or a lamp post, there was a huge boulder. And I saw a young boy with a cycle next to his stand, and how somehow he had got his leg caught under that boulder. He was struggling. So I had a bag or shoulder bag of it. In spite of the bag, I rushed to him. I don't know where I managed to lift that huge boulder a few inches till he could release his leg. Now, where did that strength come from? I can't imagine lifting a boulder like that anytime.
Yes.
Because that cortisol that rushed into my limbs to this, that energy it got because it blocked everything else, because in every other neurotransmitter. Now, when you're in this constant stress mode and a large amount of cortisol keep flowing, the neurotransmitters that actually secrete the necessary chemicals to keep your organs functioning are blocked.
Yes, sir.
And those chemicals, therefore, your organs start being unhealthy, so to say. Not maybe disease, but unhealthy. So what we have learned now is in meditation, when the stress levels, the beta level goes down, high beta level, the stress levels go down. So the cortisol becomes more silent. This cortisol required, of course, silent, and then it allows the other neurotransmitters to open up. It's like, you're all school teachers. Whenever you might find the teacher is out of the class, the children wait very happy. They run around do what they want.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Suddenly now, these chemicals, the neurotransmitters are happy and they start releasing the flow. And that is why you say the first thing anybody experiences as a meditator, the very first thing is their health starts improving. They start healing. Because you suddenly allow the pharmaceuticals to come in, and that is what we need to be. And your meditation today is, since past memories always bring you stress, not only past, the future also bring you stress. So when you get out of that, right, you're allowing the other chemicals to flow in, and the natural pharmacy of the body starts working. The natural chemicals that are there are meant to keep all your organs functioning properly. And that's why quite often a meditator, particularly more experienced you go in the meditation, your organs function, you're normally healthy, quite healthy. I can say that for my own experience.
Yes, sir.
Right? Thank you.
I second that, sir. I have also improved a lot on my health sector just by being into meditation, and I have been sharing this many times with all my friends. No doubt, stress is the cause of so many of our diseases, and that is the reason why meditation. People keep asking me, "ऐसे आंख बंद करके बैठने से how can you improve your health?" So until we don't understand the science behind it, obviously there are only two choices: either just blindly believe it when we are saying it. If you can't, then try and understand the science. There are beautiful books which are explaining this. Mind to Matter, One Mind. All these books are Sir has been talking about such beautiful books, Power of the Subconscious Mind, right? So why don't you read these books and try and understand yourself? Because once you're convinced yourself by reading Swadhyaya, gaining this knowledge, that is going to burn all our misconceptions. So health does improve with meditation. This is now scientifically proven also. And doctors have also now started recommending people who are constantly under stress to have some kind of mindful practice added into their routine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. So, anybody else still wants to disagree or think it is not really time nahi hai, we don't have the time, where do we have the time? So if you have time to visit the doctors now and again, I'm sure you can take out 15-20 minutes for yourself, because you will see yourself that so many of your problems and ailments are just going to vanish. So, okay. Has anybody else felt any improvement in their health by being with us, by continuing with this process for some time? You may please share. Anybody who's noticed that they are able to make better decisions now, they are more calmer in the fight and fight mode situations. especially when parents come to complain, they are, throwing, like complaints at you. Are you in a better position to handle them? Or do you get into that anxiety mode? Meenakshi, Pooja, Meenakshi, all of you have been dealing with parents. They are,
Good
Yes,
morning, ma'am.
ma'am. Good morning.
okay, one by one
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can
First
speak.
you speak, then I start. No problem.
Okay. Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. I feel a change in me, more calmer. And one thing today I have learned कि sometimes we used to say कि इतने गुस्से में इतनी ताकत कहाँ से आ जाती है. So today I came to know कि यार all other functions, energy goes in that.
yes,
That I was not aware. It is really means my मतलब
yes. Learning today.
really I like it. कि okay, we heard from our parents. Even I used to say it's energy. So that is really मतलब need to notice. Yes, somewhere we are
Yes,
affecting.
yes.
That's why we are affecting our body when we are in anger or something. Because other energy required for other things
Yes.
are
Yeah.
not
वो
working.
slow down हो जाते
Yeah,
हैं. Yeah,
slow down
yeah.
हो जाती है. So
But now
that's why health
imagine if you,
issues.
yes.
So
So
sometimes
now
even
imagine if
when I'm
you, okay. I'm saying
when
just
I'm
imagine if you stay in that situation for a long time. सारा दिन अगर
yeah,
आप गुस्से में रहने
yes,
वाले हैं,
yes,
you can imagine where your health is going to go.
going to be. Yes, true. But for many times earlier, na, sometimes I used to think कि मुझे heart sink हो रहा है when I am in little pressure or something. Now from many time I have seen कि मुझे ऐसा feel नहीं हो रहा. Means कि heart
Great.
sink हो रहा है. So maybe I'm
Great.
able to manage the things. That's why.
You are
Thank you
still
so much, ma'am.
doubting. Maybe
Yeah,
कहाँ से
maybe.
आया? Don't,
I don't know. I always had doubt. It is with experience or with
don't
the
doubt.
meditation or that. But really, I'm very happy. Yeah, I have changed. Little bit changes there, definitely. But I need to
So we are
change
all
more.
work in progress, ना? धीरे धीरे हमें change तो करना ही है. See, I interrupted you 3 times. I still have to learn to be a good listener. I always try to jump in whenever somebody is speaking. So I'm also on a learning mode only. We are all work in progress. धीरे 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 पहले तो मैं बोलने ही नहीं देती थी किसी को, if you remember. Say, remember me 5-6 years back. So now at least I have the patience to sit and listen to others, which is so important because you learn so much from listening. हम बच्चों को सिर्फ पढ़ाते रहते हैं, बोलते रहते हैं, but then we haven't taught them that सुनना भी कितना बड़ा art है. We have to learn how to listen. So
Other point of view, to know other point of
yes,
view.
absolutely. And then you learn new things also, So many
Yes,
concepts I did not know. And I thought, तो postgraduate, this, that, and मुझे तो बहुत आता है. But then when you heard new concepts, they were so mind-boggling. So many new things I have added to my own understanding. Yeah.
right, right.
So I still recommend start read books. हमने भी ये सब बुक से ही पढ़ा है, शेयर किया है एक दूसरे के साथ, अंडरस्टैंड किया है wherever we've got stuck. So reading books is 100% very, very important. You get all these concepts in these books.
Yes. And many
Yeah.
more things. I think books are the best one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Pooja, you wanted to say something?
Good morning, ma'am. Yes, this is true, ma'am. Today, when I have learned that when we are in anger, then our entire energy is consumed over there only, and we feel stressed and tired. But if I see myself 5 or 6 years or even 7 years back, I was a very different personality. And when I started your sessions, the first thing I learned is mindfulness and go with the flow. And today, when I listen to the parents, first of all, I let them speak. I just listen each and every word so that I can analyze what they're trying to say, and then I make them understand that what is the entire situation. So yes, meditation has helped me a lot, and today I'm a transformed personality, not only at my workplace, but yes, at my house also. So previously I used to pour anger on people, but today when I just think that yes, in a very calm mode, that this was right and this was wrong. So okay, I get the analyzation and I get the result that yes, I was wrong here and I'm right here.
So we are ready to accept our own mistakes and improve on them, right?
Yes. Yes,
know?
ma'am.
So I
Absolutely.
would like to
Yes.
also share that to be a leader, I think to be spiritual is very, very important, because that is the most important, I would say, qualification to be able to lead others. This is what
Right,
I have
ma'am.
learned with my experience. It has made me a better, what to say, mm, I don't like to use these kind of words anymore, but yes, it does make me help me to make my team more productive and to work in a more progressive way. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
Am I right? I think
Yeah, correct, correct,
leadership,
correct. Correct.
yes, yes, yes. So it's
Yes,
a very
ma'am.
major,
Right.
major qualification which we generally overlook. I mean,
I'll,
like, yeah, yeah. We
I'll tell
feel,
you sorry.
yes,
I'll tell
sir,
you
please,
something.
Cap.
I'll tell you something interesting. You see, I've been a major consultant for software companies. And during my consulting, I used to see these problems people have, because software IT industry is very different, because you don't have like a manufacturer, you don't have the hierarchy. You have a peer level, though they have designations, and you have the project manager, and who may be less qualified, the person who is a young person, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot. So on observing all this, I used to run a workshop, very popular workshop, called People Management in Software Projects. And usually very senior people used to attend. Now, whenever I do a program, the first thing we ask is, what do you expect from this program? So it's a 5-day program, let's say, what do you expect? So that helps me, I note it down, so that helps me what I should address. Invariably in these programs, these senior people would ask me, one of the things I want to know, because is, how do I control my people? How do I make them do what I want? And my response always, which ultimately they accepted, was, look, if you are asking that question, this workshop is not for you. Because I said, the moment you say, ask me how you want to make others work, it's an immoral question you're asking. So this so-called leadership that they talk about is essentially, they think, how do you make other person work for you? But that's not it, what leadership is, right? So when I tell them, that's immoral. If you can ask me in this workshop, if you can learn how you motivate yourself so others can follow you, that is
Yeah,
where you would.
yes, absolutely. We should be able to create more leaders, more
Right.
people in the same, the way you are working, they should be able to voluntarily coming up and
Yep.
being with you as a team. Yes, sir, I have also felt that being since I've been into these practices, it has helped me to make my work more enjoyable, like it's fun. I mean, you start enjoying your work. So even if though I have to travel quite a bit, but that's my happy place, and I really enjoy working with my colleagues. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, then. So I think today's takeaway is not to remain in our past memories so much, because that is adding on to our stress, and stress is eventually coming down on our body. And when we are not healthy, when we have certain ailments, obviously our performance is affected. Whenever you are a little down, your performance is going to be affected. So everything is connected. So the best is, and we know the beautiful technique how to stay in the present, not in the memories of the past, is our meditation. Eventually, it is meditation, but we are just trying to understand why is it so important. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for being there. Thank you, sir. See you next week now. Bye bye. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Thank you,
ma'am.
everyone.